Red and your ears tortured. It's from the front row with Johnathan T. Rokford.
No, but see, it's like this. You can't be pissing off the asshole Booker. Because he's probably, out of the whole office, he's probably the pettiest person around. That's why I don't mess with him. Melvin hangs out with him all the time. I think he'd be shooting him ideas in his head. Hey, what's up, folks? It's me, Johnathan T. Rokford, here with another edition of From the Front Row. Congratulations to all of last week's winners. And I know you're like, Johnathan, why is the show on a Tuesday? Well, folks, sometimes we like to wait till the matches are announced and kind of analyze it. Now, I might even pick some people that are going to win the matches this time. But we start off with Game Changer recap. Now, HKO was taking on Shona Campbell as he called her out after beating Jermaine Walker, which is a rare feat. It happens, but it's rare. But Shona, the judgment of Sinister, is she even still in Sinister? I feel like, I don't know. You know, for shits and giggles, we'll say she is. Defeated HKO and then declared an open challenge, and the Booker obliged, and James Altraz defeated Shona to become the Game Changer champion. Now, folks, James Altraz did kind of piss off the asshole Booker. That was strike one of the week. He asked him for a list of previous Game Changer participants, champions, whatever you want to call it, folks. Asshole Booker thinking that, you know, he would stay away from those names when he made his challenge for the first night. And no, he challenged all those people. You know, when the Game Changer Championship first started, folks, the joy of it, the idea of it, so to speak, literally was to allow the champion to pick his opponent, which is fine. If he picks the same person 3 times, not too much the admin's going to really do about it too much, until they get tired of seeing it. But it was the stories that used to come out of the Game Changer Championship. I mean, we had Johnny Rocco versus Ark fighting all over the United States, and probably one of the longest Game Changer matches. I mean, they were looking over their shoulders the whole time. And we had Johnny Rocco fighting Bobby Blaze in Japan, fighting Japanese gangs to get to each other. We've had Bobby Blaze at the Blaze compound, fighting a member of each faction. Bobby Blaze fighting admin. I mean, we've had some great matches. And then somewhere down the line, folks, Game Changer it lost its flavor. It lost its shine, even though it's probably been defended and had over 1,000-something matches. I don't know. I'm just guesstimating how many matches. But I don't know, folks. Over the last 2-3 months, it's been the same people being challenged. Out of 40-something people, 90-something member-wise, but 40-something active participants, you would think you would have enough people, minus maybe 4 who seem to always disappear when matches start, to challenge. You would think you would have enough to start a good story. But hey, I don't make the matches. Speaking of matches, the Emperor 2K Anomaly was on commentary as his opponent did not show up, which is no surprise. I'm surprised the Emperor showed up. I mean, he showed up late, but he showed up. Now, Nurkahante did take to the ring to pitch a gripe that he was not in a match. And out of nowhere, Shark Boy showed up. And Shark Boy got his ass whipped by Nurkahante. You know, Nurkahante was still griping about the match thing, but he was also griping about an IC title match because he felt he deserved another shot, even though he already had a shot and couldn't get the job done. Yeah, I don't know. That's just the way WPA is. Fuck a number one contender match. I just want to just give me the match. But the admin's not fair. Now our next match saw Brasso taking on HKO Jason Shepard, and the Brasso was able to defeat HKO. Pretty sure HKO lost the match and was thinking, oh, I should get a title shot. I mean, shit, why not? Lose a match, gripe about getting a title shot. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Now, the Pinnacle of Humanity, Adrian Christopher took on Casper 2779 and was able to defeat him and pick up a win. Much needed win. He does okay. Shepard Bain took on Captain Mexico, and Captain Mexico does what he does best, picks up a win. Now, we started getting to the fat of WPA as we had the First Lady taking on Luscious Lucius, and Luscious Lucius defeated the First Lady. Like I said, bro, she has not been having a good time. No. Lost 2 title matches. Lost to Luscious. I mean, losing to Luscious Lucius is not a big deal. I mean, he prior to him losing his tag team titles, he was on a roll. So no shame in that. Mike took on the Messiah and beat the Messiah. So the former tag team champs, they both won this individual matches. That's pretty good. Machete Ramos took on Lady Assassin and lost to Lady Assassin. Starling J defeated Mike Honcho. Yeah, there was no way she should have won that match. It was like Mark Honcho just fell asleep. Or maybe he went on vacation. I don't know. JP DiMaggio defeated well, defeat is being nice. He whooped his ass. Yes. Whooped his ass. Like as if he owed him money. The Beast was defeated once again by the Master Sean Puff, and I guess they're 1-1 now? Yeah, which means now the Beast will probably be cutting promos about the Puff to get a third match. Dirty Dre defeated Bobby Blaze in a last man standing match. However, I feel that's not the end of their little battle there. Oh no. I mean, Bobby Blaze did kind of cost Dirty Dre tag team Tomo. Yeah, Johnny Rocco still is not happy about that. Now, in the number one contender match for the Triple Threat Championship, it was match 1 saw Fat Thomas taking on Blueprint Jackson Aries and Wolf Knight, and the least likely suspect, Wolf Knight, was able to win, defeating Jackson Aries and Fat Thomas when he pinned Fat Thomas. Well, that's no easy task. No, not because he's hard to beat. It's just because he's so big. Getting his shoulders down. I think the refs have had to kind of like alter what they determine as shoulders down. So, literally, if Fat Thomas is on his back, they count that. It's close enough. So. Match 2 saw Cloudy Diggs taking on the Ronin and the Street Fight King, and the Shona was able to pin the Street Fight King to move on to the next level. And yeah, this is gonna be a good one because hey, you either be a new champion or you'll see the Red Death facing actually two good opponents to try to defeat them and win this fourth title match. Now, the number one contender match for the television championship, we saw the Lunatic Aqua Regia taking on the badass Eddie Vendetti, and Daddy was able to defeat the Lunatic after she was distracted by chaos. I swear she's like a fucking cat and sees a ball of yarn. Somebody shows up and she just turns her attention away from her opponent. Now, she did get her revenge when Chaos took on Red Death and the Idol Steve Sampson in the Triple Threat Championship match, hitting Chaos with a chair and rolling him back in the ring, allowing Red Death to pick up the win. Which is good because Red Death now will have his fourth defense against Shona and Wolf Knight. And if he wins, bam, IC title match, baby. We'll see. It's been tough going for anybody trying to get that fourth win. But he's already got farther than Sean Puff, so he's good. He's got that. Now, tag team champs Killer Goons, Big Mel, and sponsored athlete Jayla Masters took on the runner-ups of tag team turmoil, Martel the Carpenter and Darkstalker. And Big Mel pinned Martel the Carpenter. One other thing that Sean Puff and them couldn't do was defeat Martel and the Darkstalker. So Big Mel and sponsored athlete had to show them just how easy it can be. Now, of course, the Darkstalker was none too happy that Martel got pinned, which I don't know why. I mean, he pretty much carried him through tag team turmoil. I'm sorry. The Darkstalker was the one that got pinned in tag team turmoil. If he wanted to be pissed at anybody, that's who he should be pissed at. But hey, it is what it is. So, still your tag team champions, Killer Goons, Big Mel, and Jayla Masters. Now, our TV champion, Jermaine Walker, took on Cats and Corey and Crusher LB. And Jermaine, after weeks of waiting, pinned Cats and Corey to retain his title. So next he will take on the badass Eddie Vendetti, who seems to forget that he had earned a title shot and tried to get into a trios title match. Called situational awareness. In the U.S. title match, it was Quanty Fist taking on Polish Power, and Polish Power picked up the win, becoming your new United States champion. Now, he did call out and select Lady Assassin for his first opponent in his first defense. And we'll be rooting for Lady Assassin. I'm sorry, Polish Power, but the First Lady of WPA, the true First Lady of WPA. Hey, we got respect for her. We'd like to see her win that. South Bronx Savage took on Mac Blakely. And I don't know, folks. I was a little surprised by that one. I thought Mac Blakely was going to regain his title. Who, honestly, if we had to talk about somebody saying my title, I want it back, Mac Blakely would probably be the one, the most current one that I would put a little bit of credence in that, in saying that. But South Bronx Savage, to his credit, actually won the match. And I say actually because he did come to a draw on his last match against Nergahante. Now, in our world title match, Johnny Rocco took on James Altraz, one half of the Tag Team Turmoil winners, and James Altraz was able to defeat Johnny Rocco. Now, I'm pretty sure Johnny Rocco was happy to get rid of that damn thing, but he didn't hold his head in shame. I asked him how did he feel his title reign went, and he said he was pleased with it. He was at peace with it because it was actually his longest title reign in WPA. He had 4 good defenses, folks. First Lady, Matt Blakely, Lycan Umbras, and David the Beast Smith. Those were all top 10 competitors. He defeated them. And I asked him, well, James Altraz is not in the top 10. He said, yes. But he's like, if James Altraz didn't give him the challenge he got after teaming with Jermaine Walker, it doesn't surprise him that he was able to defeat Johnny Rocco. I mean, seriously, folks. You can say we're sucking up or whatever we're saying. We're just telling you facts, folks. You team with Jermaine Walker. You learn some things. Whether on purpose or not on purpose. Inadvertent. Might have learned to picked up a couple things. You see how Jermaine operates. You might figure out a way to beat Johnny Rocco and strategize. Come up with a better strategy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Jermaine Walker told James Altraz how to beat Johnny Rocco. I'm just saying. And then he faced him anyway in the Tag Team Tournament, so he got to see how Johnny Rocco operated. Just saying. But hopefully he puts that to use again when he faces Jermaine Walker in their third match, one-on-one, third match, which each of them have taken the title off of it. Now, I did also ask Johnny Rocco, what's next? He's like, well, he wants a U.S. title match. He said whether the champ calls him out or the booker decides to put him in one, he wants a United States Championship match. And that's the only time he's going to say it. So we'll see. Like I said, Polish Power's already called out Lady Assassin. Should he win, maybe he'll select Johnny Rocco. If not, Johnny's not going to go and press it. But I would warn you, if you're whoever comes out of that match, the U.S. champion, don't forget, don't leave it to an open challenge, because there's vultures out there. They're just biting at the bits, waiting for that open challenge. Johnny Rocco's going to be watching very carefully. He said the first time he sees that open challenge pop up, he's going to try to be all over it. Like the Master Sean Puff all over a post demanding matches. Which brings me to my next point, folks. Explain to me how you win the IC title, go to defend it your first time and lose, and then start declaring you deserve another shot when you're not even in the top 10. Hell, you're not even in 11 through 20. I don't get it. You guys, I don't think you understand. Here's why it makes me mad, Flip. They complain about, say, Jermaine Walker or somebody from Sinister getting a title shot. But yet they're always demanding a title shot when they lose. No, you don't think so? Where's that paper we had that one time? Yeah, this one right here. This right here. Johnny Rocco sent me this. He left it here one time. I don't know if he sent it to us or he left it, but one time he wrote out, and he must have did this a while back. But this right here, folks, there's like 15 things on this list from December 2021 to April 2022. And you'll see on here wins, lose, lose, win, win, lose, 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 draw, 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 lose, then win. And the selective memory of people here in WPA. They want to start the story at chapter 2, but forget chapter 1. You know, if you listen to the Master Sean Puff talk, he'll go through the 18 people he beat, not counting Johnathan who pinned him. Never mind the 2 people that pinned him before that. I'm just saying. Which brings me to another topic. Johnathan told the Master he wasn't getting to the IC title unless he went through him. So the Booker obliged him by putting them in a number 1 contender match. It'll be the Master Sean Puff versus Johnathan versus the Standard Starling J in match 2 of the WPA number 1 contender match for the Triple Threat Championship. Match 1 will see Crusher LB versus Money MF and Mike versus Shepard Bane. Yeah, that was some bullshit. He just, yeah. Now, interesting match we're going to be watching. That's actually a couple. Dirty Dre versus the Dogstalker versus Martel the Carpenter versus Brasshole. Now, that will be to determine who goes on to face the television champ. Could you imagine if the Darkstalker wins that? After having been pinned by Jermaine Walker. So Jermaine Walker knows he can pin the Darkstalker. So it's going to be a little bit tougher this time. If he makes it. I don't know, folks. You know, I almost see Martel the Carpenter winning that match. That would be funny. Now, here's a match that has our mind spin like, how did this happen? There's an Intercontinental Eliminator match. South Bronx Savage versus Luscious Losers. And it's not the match that we're trying to wonder about. It's the referee for the match. How the hell did Melvin get to be the special referee in a match of such importance? And I ain't talking about Big Mel. I'm talking about our Melvin. Are we sponsoring this match? No? Melvin went to referee school. Interesting. We should go to referee school. Now, also going on this week, another good match. Mac Blakely versus the sponsored athlete Jayla Masters. HKO Jason Shepard versus Bobby Blaze. Street Fight King versus the Lunatic Aqua Regia. Kwani Fist versus Emperor 2K Anomaly. That's going to be a sleeper. Fat Thomas versus Cloud Dukes. What do you mean sleeper? No, I mean I'm going to fall asleep when that match is going on. Chaos versus Lycan Umbers should be good. James Altrez versus the First Lady Alexa Leslie. That match, I'm surprised that was not an eliminator match. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, she did have a title shot, but hey, we'll see. You know, I know what's going to happen if she wins. She won't probably say it, but the Master Sean Puff will probably be like, well, she beat the world champ. She should get a match. No, she beat the world champ. You don't always get a match when you beat the champ. That's up to the champ. Plus, there's already a number 1 contender. That was the other thing. How are you going to call it? You already got a title match. You're going to try to add on to it. Thinking somebody's that dumb to give up their shot at the world title. Come on. If you had won Tag Team Turmoil, you wouldn't have had to worry about it. Johnny Rocco will be taking on the Pinnacle of Humanity. Money versus the Blueprint Jackson Aries. El Presidente versus Shark Boy. If either one of them even shows up. The Commish versus Alex Garcia. I have a feeling there's going to be 2 Bruno matches there. And then interesting trios matches. The Messiah, Captain Mexico, and Captain Corey will be taking on Big Mel, the Notorious JP DiMaggio, and David the Beast Smith. I hope the Messiah can cash that check, because I swear, if they beat them, if I was Captain Mexico and Captain Corey, I'd be a little pissed at the Messiah for issuing an open challenge like that. But hey, it is what it is. Red Death will be on his 4th defense for the WPA Triple Threat Championship as he takes on the Ronan Shona Campbell and Wolf Knight. Jermaine Walker will be taking on the badass, forgetful-minded Eddie Vendetti, and then Polish Power taking on Lady Assassin for the United States Championship. It's Petty Week, folks. Yes, I think that's what happens when you irritate the asshole booker. He just throws you in some stupid match. Petty Week, though. Hey, never know. Might be a thing. We'll see. Stay tuned as Philip comes up next to give you his pick of the week. Yeah, it was. That's all we got, folks. You hug your loved ones. Don't drink and drive. Hey, it's back to school time too. Kids out the house. Make sure you call a friend. Pick up the phone, call that friend that might need to hear your voice. Could be a saving grace in their lives. I'm Johnathan T. Rokford, folks. That's all we got. Go Terps. No, what I'm saying though is, it's just the crying is just. You see what I'm saying? Hypocrites. All of them. Oh, you're a big baby. I want a match. It's just, okay. It's like that bag of cookies over there that crumble. They just crumble. They don't get a match. Oh, why can't I get a title match? Oh, wait your turn. You know, if I'll say anything about the asshole booker, he tries to give different people opportunities for the title match. You notice none of them said anything about world title matches while Johnny Rocco had the belt. Yeah. Yeah, 2 people from the Order. Whatever Lycan Umbris is from the Fantasy Land. And then a member from Sinister go for the titles while Johnny Rocco. And that was like 4 matches within, 2-3 months? Like, in between Tag Team Turmoil, he was defending his title. That guy was tired. I think he was ready to get rid of that thing. But hey, you never know. What? Oh yeah, I JP DiMaggio, the Beast, Big Mel. Yeah, I don't see that ending. What? Captain Mexico, I'm not worried about. But you got a known loser. Hello, WPA. Once again, it is I, Philip Alexander Carrington the Fourth, and it is your honor and your privilege to hear my voice come across your screen as I divulge to you my pick of the week. And last week was SummerSlam weekend WPA, and I was impressed by the performance of one member of the Killer Goons. And no, it was not the sponsored athlete Jay LaMasters this time. Neither was it Big Mel, as they did what was expected of them. It was Brasso who impressed me in this match. The way he controlled it from start to finish. The way he dissected his opponent from beginning to end. And now he's earned himself a #1 contender match because of his performance. And if he can repeat the same feat, he will go on to challenge for the television title. Do I expect him to win it? Well, it doesn't really matter what I expect. It's what he can do. You know, it is very hard to get a title shot and make good on it, capitalize upon it. Some people in WPA like handouts. I call them commoners. It reminds me of medieval times when the poor wretches in the village would beg scraps. A quaint. Brasso, good luck to you in your match, as you will need it considering the field you're in. Do your due diligence. If you have to watch tape of previous matches, I would suggest you do so. As for me, well, I'm going to retire, get me a good rest. And on that note, I bid you good day. I said good day.